The UFC is back in London. It's been a few years and it's time. We had a bit of a switcheroo. That's important to note. But either way, it's set up to be really fun in front of a super fun crowd. It will be a great night slash afternoon of fights. Let's do a fabulous breakdown. Let's get a little bit of everybody's story. Get prepared, get excited for some amazing fights. Let's get pumped up. What do we say? So, as mentioned, we've got some welterweight drama. Finally, hello, drama. Yes, we have the number one seat on the line, Leon Edwards, of course, but that was planned. You know what wasn't planned? His opponent, Sean Brady. It is a switcheroo. I wouldn't exactly call it a switcheroo since it's not one for one. It's a carousel. Things are, we're mixing it up. It's a mixeroo. And Bilal Muhammad was set to defend his belt against Shavkat. Okay, you know him, but he's injured. He's not doing well. Well, hopefully he's doing better, but had to do a switch. So they called JDM. They called Jackie, who I don't believe his name is even Jack. And they said, "Can you fill?" And he said, "Are you kidding? Bye. I don't need to fight Leon Edwards. I'm going for the belt." First ever challenger. That's coming up as well. But Sean Brady said, "Hello. I'm coming for that number one spot." But it's not only that. We have some light heavyweight massive implications as well. We're talking top five, but more than that, some shakeup potential. A lot of people were a little sad, a little boo 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 about Alex Pereira losing. It's okay, I understand. And then, you know what? They were complaining about perhaps things being boring. And we have some shakeup potential on that. Yeah, we have some Olberg going on. Also, we have English talent everywhere. And within that English talent, we have a lot of tattoo moments. We have a lot of tattoo moments overall, some good, some maybe not. Let's not be too much of a critic, but you know what I mean. There's a lot of tattoo moments. Lots of people who also have celebrities with the same name. We're not going to go into that. That's on you to figure out. And it is a Cage Warriors alumni night, let me tell you. With all that English talent, we have a Cage Warriors alumni situation, prospects, problems, epidemics. First, we have our prelims. Garam, you might know his name. Have you heard of the Georgia Viking? A lot of people are starting to learn about this fellow right here. He is on the Georgia to Spain pipeline as well. Recent development, training with the Taporia brothers. Okay, but it's not a recent development in terms of relationships, because if you didn't know, their mothers are actually longtime friends. He was training in Sweden, but he said it's a little cold, it's a little dark at All Star. I gotta get out of here. It's called All Star for a reason because it's all stars, there's no sun. I just thought of that right now, and that is funny. Anyway, he's very patient, very mature, very calculated, and he's decision capable, okay? Often takes it to decision, does have that finishing power, but he does have the safety of a decision option as well. Love to see it. He's a really big favorite. I think it's largely because of the skill set, but I think it's because people love him. People love him. And I think they love him because of that awesome personality. He once said, "We stop developing only when we die." We love that mindset. That is the mindset. And he is going against another lightweight making his way, of course. We have Kawe. Okay? Kawe has a very aggressive style. He is super leggy. Legs 101. We're talking legs on the head. We're talking legs on the body. He can finish you in all these ways, right? Finish you with strikes to the leg. Oh no. Strikes to the body. Oh no. Coming off of a round one KO win and finishing the fight is where his wheelhouse is. This is his third UFC appearance. Used to the finish. So we have someone who's pretty comfortable in the decision, definitely has the finish in his wheelhouse, and then someone who finishing is basically all he knows. Great lightweight start. Great curtain jerker to get us started. Then we have a super even matchup in many ways, of the same age, of the same likeness, but I guess from a different side of the pond. Maybe, I don't know, geography. Anyway, Nathan Fletcher, Cage Warriors, of course, tough as well. And this is his second UFC appearance, a youngster of 27. He's coming off that sub win, and it's because he's often coming off of that sub win. He's very subby, and he's looking to neutralize you. Okay, he says that himself. Those are his own words, that he prefers to go for the submission, not just that he's good at it and it's his strength. It's actually what he's prefer. It's what he prefers. So, some people, they're real good at something, and so it kind of ends up happening, but some people are actually really searching for it, and you can consider him one of the ones who's searching for a submission. He has fought with a broken leg and staff, almost, but that staff stopped him, and the athletic commission said, no, 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 sweetie, don't get in that cage with that staffio. So, he didn't, but he's going, anyway, he's staff-free now, we hope, we suspect. And he is going against another young prospect. Okay. Kowlon? Cage Warriors as well, former champion. Coming to the UFC. This is his fourth appearance, so third and fourth, pretty even. He's 2-1, so all right. But he's never been finished. Uh-oh. So this one might lead to the decision in that sense. He is currently coming off of a loss, but overall, we have very similar records here. 9-2, 9-1, only a year's different in age. They even look similar. Oh my gosh. A fight of twins. So that's next in the bantamweight division. And then we're moving on. We're going straw. We have Mommy, Shauna Bannon. She is Mama B. Yes, she is. Invicta. Shout out Invicta. Coming off of a split decision win, so, still making her way. She's long. She's got that reach. So look for her to keep the space using that length and still making her way, 6-1, so we're finding it. And she's going against Pooja Tumar, history maker, the Cyclone, okay? Second UFC appearance, but the first ever women's champion of Matrix Fight Night, which is really cool. So that's an Indian promotion. She was actually undefeated there. So I know, a different talent pool, but pretty awesome nonetheless to be, hey girl, making history. She's not subby. Not really looking for the submission at all. Never won that way. She's going to attack the body. We're going strikes, and we're going strikes diverse. Not a lot of people have 30%, more than 30% of their total striking ratio on the body. So watch out for that. Watch out for the clinch. Coming off of a split decision win as well. So we have two ladies who are coming off of a close win. Check out her YouTube channel. It's got more information about her life, her training. So if you're into the training, if you're into the MMA lifestyle, check her out. And then we move on to somebody, I think you might know his name. And that's why he is a big favorite. Oh, well, it's one reason why. So Christian Leroy Duncan, hello, middleweight. We're talking Cage Warriors again. CLD, Christian Leroy Duncan, if you couldn't put that together. 10-2, so looking good. But what's really looking good is the details within that. So he is an 80% finish rate. Uh-oh. That's pretty high. And within that, we have a high striking accuracy as well. So he's finishing you and he's hunting you down. He's sniping you quick. Leg kicks. Watch out for them. A big part of the arsenal. Everyone's, of course, but his more than most people. And always learn is his Instagram bio. So look out for him studying there in the cage. Currently coming off of a loss to RoboCop, but, great battle. And he's never been finished. So always going to be a decision loss among the two losses that he has. Okay, that is one tough cookie. That is one deadly cookie. So it makes sense why this little cookie is a really big favorite. And no offense to his opponent, who we want to see thrive as well. But this is his debut. And while the records may be similar, he simply hasn't amassed the fame in the same talent pool. We don't know him. We're still learning, okay? But he's got a bit of momentum on a 5-fight win streak, yes. But he's still got to prove himself. Mostly KO out there, okay? But he has wins in all three, of course. So he's not only a finisher, he can subster, and he can take it to decision. But, Christian Leroy Duncan, he's one of the strongest favorites on the card. What do you think? Do you think that is for real? I think it's for real. I think that's one tough cookie. And then we're moving on to some more tough cookies. Some cookies some cookies you may have. Okay. Enough with the cookies. Okay. Marcin Tybura We love him. We appreciate him. All of his legendary fights in the UFC and his absolute activity. He's been here since 2016, and this is his 22nd UFC fight. Queen! Oh my goodness. Really coming through for us. Really coming through. You know, he's got 10 wins by KO, 11 first round finishes. You know this man. He has had some really good, some very good opposition. We're talking legends, of course. And while he does KO himself, he gets KO'd himself. Yes. So 10-5 KO record, which isn't bad. Okay, it's solid, but it's to be known that he is susceptible to the knockout. And he's got a cuckoo hairdo. What a cuckoo hairdo. And he is going against somebody whose name sounds like a McDonald's order. You know what I mean? Did you get your McParkin? Okay, well, I hope that's not rude. Mick is undefeated. 5th UFC appearance overall, though hasn't faced a lot of, I guess you could say, super notable competition. Not many names that may ring a bell. So still proving himself despite 5 appearances thus far. But this is definitely a real test. Marcin Tybura, of course. He is coming off of the Dana White's Contender Series, and 50% of his perfect win streak is that of KO. So hello, Mick. Look at all this English talent. We can't get enough. We simply cannot get enough. Loner Kavanaugh. Let's keep going English. Youngster McYoungie, Dana White's Contender Series. This is his 2nd UFC appearance. He's very diverse with the striking. He's hitting all targets all the way. Another undefeated, okay? A lot of undefeated hype going on. Yeah, he's pretty evenly split with all of the, like I said, the targets that he's hitting. He's very kickboxy with it. And just a fun fact that you may not know about him is that he likes to fish. So, there you go. If you're looking for something to bond with him on in your head, he can fish. He's going against another youngster. So we have another pretty even matchup. This is another even matchup. Similar records. I mean, I know undefeated, but similar amount of professional experiences. Hello, Felipe Dos Santos. Okay, Felipe, though, you know what? He's had a hard road. Let me tell you, in terms of his opposition. So he lost in his debut, but who was that debut to? Manel Kape. Okay, that's a tough debut. And he's coming off of a loss to Andre Lima, who we just saw win in such a dominant fashion. So, you know what? If those are his 2 losses, I think I'm okay with it. And I'm actually very curious to see this performance. You know, it's not like he got steamrolled by those 2 very talented, very, very, very talented flyweights. So we got a flyweight scrap on our hands with this one. And then we have our featured prelim, a man that you definitely know, Jai Herbert. Let's go. 36, so, you know, we're getting there. Cage Warriors, former champ to the UFC, another one. Okay, like I said, Cage Warriors alumni benefit. That's what we're happening right now. He's had a little bit of mixed success in the UFC, so he was absolutely dominating in Cage Warriors. We're talking destruction. And it's been a little bit of an up and down, but you know him, and you know his liver shot is incoming. So watch out for that. And he used to scaffold. So just thought I would throw that in there, you know, if you want to know some more about his talents. He's got many, and scaffolding would be one of them. And he's going against a quirky little quirkster, Chris Padilla. Hello, Chris. Taco / War Taco. I mean, you can kind of choose which one you want to go with. Over at Fight Science MMA is definitely looking for the takedown. And he is 6-1 in his last 7 after a 3-fight losing streak. So you know what? To all the people who think that if you lose once that you're old news. If you lose twice, then oh my gosh, just quit. You can lose 3 times and come back to be 6-1 in your last 7. That is the comeback queen of the century. He's undefeated in the UFC. This is going to be his 3rd appearance. So we are going for a real test. Finished his prior 2 in the UFC. Watch out for those knees. So, liver shot, knees, things are going to be in close quarters, I suspect. Not a distance fight. We'll see. He also loves anime. What's your favorite anime? We made it to the main card. We are rolling. We got some business to get to. Morgan Shari. I don't know if that's how you say that. Okay, the last pirate. 29. I'm loving that pirate pink hair. This is his fourth UFC appearance. Debuted in 2024 though, so hello activity. Coming off of a TKO win because you know what? That's his wheelhouse. He is a 12-0 KO record. Absolutely a threat. This is not somebody who gets finished, but finishes. Is decision susceptible loss, okay? Or decision loss susceptible. You know what I mean. That's where you're going to get him. If you're going to get him, is you're going to get him in decision. You're going to grind him out. And is that what his opponent, more English talent, oh my gosh, of course, Nathaniel Wood, is that what the prospect is going to do? Another Cage Warriors champion legend, first ever Cage Warrior champion from London. Let's give a shout out to that. This is his 12th UFC appearance. Okay, so we're putting somebody who is making their way but has been making a dominant stamp against somebody who you know. And you know that Nathaniel Wood can definitely bring it. We're talking fight of the night. We're talking performance of the night. But something to note, past 7 fights all went the distance. So would that make him a favorite, perhaps, in this scenario to somebody who is used to getting that finish? I think so. I think so. Something else to note about him that is equally as important is he loves dogs, he loves fashion, and he loves the rush of adrenaline, as many people who venture into a cage would. That I understand. Next, this is an obvious tattoo moment. This one right here with the epidemic. Okay, this might be the subbiest, the most submitster person on the card. Another Cage Warriors champion coming in here. Wow, those are a lot of tattoos. He knows this. He's coming off of a loss in his UFC debut, actually, to Garam, who's opening this card. If you didn't know, in that photo below, too, I believe. What the heck? That's on his YouTube channel, so if you want to check out some more, again, fight training related footage, activity, knowledge, go to him. Yeah, he will be looking for the submission absolutely against his opponent, Chris Duncan. The problem, okay. The thing about this underdog is it's been a rough road, okay? We're talking Bellator to UFL champion. We're talking back to Bellator, Knockouts 101. Then we're going to Dana White's Contender Series and not making it work. And then we're back to UFL. And then we're back to Dana White's Contender Series. And we finally get that KO win. And now we're here. Yes. Well, there's been some UFC moments as well here. We're 3-1 in the UFC for Chris Duncan. The problem, okay, 6 first-round finishes. We love to see that. He has it out for Terrence McKinney. Just fun fact. And American Top Team. This guy, he's the underdog. Why? Not sure. I feel like it's a bit of an even match. So, yeah, I'm not really sure why he is such a big dog. Perhaps it's because he has a submission loss in his record. But you know what? We're going to see. We're going to see a lot of things, I think. A lot of discoveries about both fighters in this matchup. Next, we have another women's strawweight bout. Meatball Molly, you know her. She is definitely a celeb in the UFC for her enjoyable, lighthearted, fun, and go-getter personality. She is a funny gal, always got a lovely smile on her face, but she can also bite down on that mouthpiece and make it happen. She's been boxing since age 12, so definitely a dream of hers, definitely a personal dream. UFC debut in 2018 against Jillian Robertson. Shout out to her as well. Been making it, but we're 1-3 in our last 4. 1-3 in the last 4 is not super hot. 7-6 in the UFC is what I would call mixed success. But when she delivers, she delivers. Watch out for that armbar. And you know what else? She's never been knocked out. Might be a little submission susceptible, but she's got that chin and she's ready to throw. She's game. She's game. And she's going against a short notice opponent. So, it was supposed to be Estela Nunes. I'm not sure what happened and I'm not sure what fell through because this is definitely a recent development. But she's going against Alexia Thainara of Brazil. Also, not just of Brazil, but with the Ribas family gym. And they seem like great vibes. Oh my gosh. Would love to check it out. She's a fill-in, though. Okay? Important to know. Dana White's Contender Series. This is her UFC debut under some pretty bright lights. What an exciting opportunity. Can't wait to see what's in store. Because while she did lose once via submission, she has since gone on to be an incredible submitster herself. 6 total. And with that one small loss, blemish, things are looking good on a 9-fight win streak total. So things have been looking really good. She's got some big reach. This is going to be super exciting. We always appreciate fighters who come in on short notice. Thank you, snaps and claps. Okay. Now it's time for some kung fu fighting. Okay. Yes. But yes. 2 kung fu specialists, Gunnar Nelson, Gunny, you know him. But he hasn't been super active, so that's unfortunate. Iceland native, so that's fun and different. But we haven't seen him in a while. He's 13-0 on the submitster. Okay, so you know what? I lied. This is the most submitster. Yeah, right here. 13-0, never been submitted, can't be subbed. Simply cannot be subbed. Yeah, he's been here since 2012. UFC on Fuel TV. Oh yeah. That's great. And he's been a pro since 2007. But like I said, not super active. Where has he been? Well, he's going against another quirky quirkster, another kung fu trailblazer indeed. Kevin Holland. Oh my goodness. This fight is exciting because it's chaos. You never know what you're going to get with Kevin Holland. You really don't. I forget that he's from the Dana White's Contender Series because he's been here for so long and because he's been so... He has been so active. 25th UFC appearance. Oh my God. A little too active, Kevin. That is a little too active. But you know what? I forgive him. I forgive him because of who he is. He is such a human being. I mean, he stopped criminal activity. He knows what to do in a pinch. He's not afraid to ask for advice. Okay, have you seen him actively during the fight? He sees Habib and he says, what's good? How can I make this? He's lucid in there, and I love that. He's locked. He's absolutely locked in. What a quirky quirkster. He's fought so many greats, and he is so creative. If you have the chance to look into his arsenal, especially with the wacky submissions, he has an undisclosed submission on his record. Okay, let's just call it the Kevin Holland. But you know what? Many people, this is a betting nightmare, okay? If you're one of the bettors, this is your nightmare. You might have personal negative feelings against Kevin Holland because of your betting addiction. But you know what? That's okay. That's on you. He is 3-6 in his last 9. Oh no, that's not wonderful. Not wonderful. And what's even weirder is we're going back to welterweight. We are up. We're down. We're all over the place. Coming off of a sub loss to RDR, which, okay, didn't take a lot of damage, so we're right back in there. Who do you have in this kung fu fight? Oh man, it's going to be fun. That'll be a fun one. That's a fun one for the fans. Speaking of the fans, all the fans respect and love Jan Blachowicz. Let's talk light heavyweight legendary. He really is the Polish power. Absolute role model, absolute veteran, both at the same time. Where does he come from? KSW light heavyweight, okay? And then he made his UFC debut all the way back in 2014. And here he is with 9 wins by KO, 9 wins by submission, and 11 by decision. This guy is well-versed, to say the least. He can really do it all. He's a rear naked choke kind of guy, though, if you ask him. But he can do it all. He can do it all. He is coming off of a really unfortunate past 2 fights, split decision loss and a draw. Come on, it doesn't get closer than that. Yeah. And that split decision loss to Alex, a lot of people think was definitely not his fight, that it shouldn't have been split. And that draw to Big Onk, people don't want to see him fight Maggie again for some reason. I mean, I'm down for it. I'm down to see that fight rolled back, but a lot of people don't want to see it. They don't want to see our movie-loving, fantasy-loving, Witcher-inspired. They don't want to see him challenging it. And that's why they have him up against Carlos Ulberg, who deserves a chance to go against number 3, of course, but also is definitely here to shake up the division. All right, this fight was booked because we got to shake it up. We got to shake, 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 shake. In general, whether Alex had won or not, we got to shake it up. And this model looking gentleman of the age of 34 is a KO expert, but he's got a couple of submissions in there. Doesn't like the decision, all right, with 9 total wins by finishes. He lost via TKO in his debut, but you know what? It's been great ever since then. He's been on an absolute tear, and this is going to be the potential to shake up this fight. Yeah. What do you think about this one? I think that Jan has it. I think that he's going to push for a dominant decision, but this is definitely one to have your eyes on. All of them, of course. And that's our co-main event for a reason. There are some major implications, some top 5 light heavyweight implications in that fight, and that leaves but one fight left. But one. Fill-in. Sean Brady is coming in. He's saying, you know what? The time to shine is whenever the big boss calls me, baby. I'm going to London. I'm stepping in there, and I'm going for that number 1 spot. Yes, Sean Brady, Cage Fury FC, welterweight champ, UFC debut in 2019. So not yesterday, but not that long ago. He is not interested in your takedown attempt, and he will say, goodbye, get it away from me. And everything has been perfect. I mean, everything seemed perfect. Yes. But that Bilal loss was, that was a loss for real. If you have the chance to run that fight back, you'll see. Bilal ate him apart. He ate him apart. And Bilal is amazing. Yes, he really is. And if you ever doubt Bilal Muhammad's skill, you really got to check that out. Check that tape out, because Sean Brady, no joke, and he didn't seem to have anything to offer by the end of that fight, and ultimately had it beat out of him. But you know what? It's never too late for a comeback. Of course. And that is his only scratch. There are no other true blemishes on his record. He's got that sub in his arsenal. He's a performance of the night type of guy, so you know he's going to bring that Philly energy. Yes, that's our Philly boy. Okay, going against number 1. You know what? This is interesting. Leon Edwards currently the underdog right now. What's up with that? Why do people feel very confident in Sean Brady's style against Leon Edwards? Curious. Leon Edwards, former Bama welterweight champion, UFC debut in 2014, so has been here for a while, and that's why he is number 12 pound for pound, because during that time, he has accumulated a lot of impressive wins. He made his way to the welterweight belt. Congrats. What a feat. In such a fashion, one of the most legendary, memorable fights in UFC's history at this point. Yes. He knows how to gruel and grind to a decision, though. Even though he's had a fabulous, fantastic finish, decisions are definitely where he can stay as well. He's got that cardio. He is not a submitter. Not a submitted is what. No. He's not a submitter, okay? That's not really his thing. He's kicky. He's kicky, stabby with the hands. And again, just like his opponent, everything was pretty good. Other than that Bilal loss. Bilal, you just can't get past him. He is tough. Wow. And Leon Edwards went on a crazy win streak. We're talking 13, and then the very unfortunate one, no contest eye poke business with, our friend Bilal. But he is 14-3 in the UFC. Again, minus the no contest. That is incredible. And he has had some serious competition. Wow, Leon Edwards, what a guy. Found MMA as a way to stay straight. He is one of the good ones. So many people who are one of the good ones on this card. A lot of amazing talent, amazing role models. This is going to be sparks flying. There is just so much Cage Warriors alumni. The crowd will be screaming. I am so happy that they were able to find so many people who were ready to go at this time. It is just going to be a fabulous afternoon, night, depending on where you are. UFC is back in London. for the first time since I think 2022. Yeah, let me know what fight you're most looking forward to. I feel like I'm actually most looking forward to our co-main event. If not our co-main event, then okay, I know this might be a weird one, but the Molly McCann versus Alexa Thanara, our short notice fill-in, just because I'm very curious. I'm very curious about her um, talent wheelhouse. So, what are you looking forward to? What's your favorite British snack? Mine would be Scottish eggs. Toodaloo.